It seems obvious that reality is either real or it isn't. But again and again, science and philosophy point to something stranger. The world isn't necessarily fake, but neither is it exactly as it appears. Because when you actually look at it, what we experience may be more like an interface than reality itself. If the world is an illusion, what do we actually mean by that? Physics, Consciousness and Reality, Dickie Dredd and Nigel Adams. This is part 36 in the video series, and it's the last part of Chapter 4, Mathematics, Beauty and Limits, so we'll also have a summary at the end. So, section 33, illusion defined. We keep bumping into the word illusion, so it's worth pausing to pin down what we mean by it, at least in part A. And part A, remember, is the Western philosophy part. Part B is the Eastern philosophy part. Because illusion gets used in different ways, and if we're not careful, it can sound like we're saying nothing exists, which isn't the point. In everyday English, an illusion means a trick. A magician makes a coin vanish, a mirage makes water appear on the road. A hallucination makes you see what isn't there, or does it? In all those cases, the illusion is a false perception compared to some underlying reality. There is a coin. It just didn't disappear. There isn't water on the road, but there is hot air refracting bending light. The illusion is misleading, but there's still something real behind it. That's close to how the word is used in science. When physicists say time is an illusion, they don't mean nothing happens. They mean our everyday sense of time as a flowing river, past, present, future, marching in order, often called time's arrow, doesn't map to the deeper physics. Reality shows that different observers slice time differently. Quantum physics hints that time might not even be fundamental. So time is illusory in the sense that our gut level version of it is a simplification, but that's not the full story. Same with solid matter. The table feels solid, but zoom in and it's mostly empty space, quantum field dancing. Solidity is real to us, but it's not the whole picture. Evolutionary theory gives another spin. Here illusions are survival shortcuts. A tree looks like a thing with colour, sound, smell, and that's just an interface. The deeper reality, whatever it is filtered away. The illusion is the icon set that lets us survive without being swamped by raw complexity. Again, not false, but partial, a map, not the territory. In philosophy, illusion gets heavier. Western philosophers talk about the self as an illusion, but not that there's nobody here, but that the fixed central I we feel is a construct stitched together by memory, language and habit. The illusion isn't emptiness, it's misidentification. You mistake the process for a solid thing. In Eastern traditions, and we'll come on to this a lot more in part B, illusion, Maya in Hinduism, or the idea of conventional versus ultimate truth in Buddhism, is subtler still. They don't say the world doesn't exist. They say it doesn't exist in the way we think it does. Forms arise, yes, but they're impermanent, dependent, empty of any separate essence. The illusion is believing they're solid, eternal, independent. World is real, as an appearance, but mistaken if taken as ultimate truth. So when we talk about illusion, we don't mean everything's fake or nothing matters. We mean our normal experience is not the final word. Illusion points to the gap between how things seem and what deeper investigation suggests they are. Time feels like flow. Physics says it isn't. Self feels solid. Neuroscience and Buddhism say it's constructed. Morality feels absolute. Science says it's evolved. Illusion, in this sense, is the surface story we live in, not the depth beneath it. A key point. Illusions can still be useful, even necessary. You can't fly a plane by staring at airflow equations. You need dials and gauges. You can't run your life by staring into quantum fields. You need tables, trees and other people. Illusion doesn't mean worthless, it means provisional. It's the interface, not the engine. So let's keep the definition clear. When we say illusion, we're not dismissing the world. We're saying the world as we experience it is an appearance, a map, a useful fiction. The trick is not to confuse the map for the territory or the icon for the code. Illusion doesn't mean that nothing exists. It means appearances may not reveal the deeper structure of reality. Certainty about what we see, experience, and even believe ourselves to be becomes much harder to defend, which means the problem isn't just understanding the universe, it might be understanding the limits of our own perception. How would we ever know when we've reached reality itself? Okay, next up, we're going to go to chapter 5. Well, we'll do a summary in a minute of this chapter. Then we'll go to chapter 5 next, in the next video, Ethics, Free Will and Human Life. And we'll have an introduction. And we'll go to section 34, Ethics from an Objective Lens, Evolutionary Morality and Conscious Values. So, chapter 5 summary. So this chapter has explored how mathematics and beauty shape our understanding of the universe, while reminding us of their limits. Mathematics provides the language of physics, yet Gödel's incompleteness theorem shows that even its most rigorous systems remain incomplete. Beauty has guided science from Pythagoras to Einstein, inspiring theories of elegance and symmetry, though it can also seduce us into mistaken aesthetic appeal for truth. The anthropic principle raises the puzzle of fine-tuning, whether by chance, necessity, or multiverse, while symmetry itself proves more than visual order, functioning as a principle that generates the laws of conservation. Art and illusion extend the theme, revealing how human perception is shaped by pattern and how models, like senses, are filters rather than mirrors. Together, these reflections remind us that mathematics and beauty are indispensable yet partial. They illuminate pathways, but reality always exceeds their reach. The next chapter turns from these abstractions to their implications for human life. If mathematics and beauty hint at order, yet dissolve limits, how should we live within such a world? What place is left for freedom, responsibility, and ethical choice? Chapter 5 addresses these questions directly, exploring ethics, free will, and what it means to live as conscious beings in a universe that may be ordered yet unpredictable.